Excuse me, my eyes are up here, sir. I'll bash him, do a little spin attack, and then we'll finish him. Oh no, Link, don't do it. Whoa, Mama's mad. And here she goes. Look out. It's kind of tough to dodge. Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird, and welcome to The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. This is part 22, so if you need to catch up with the series, please click the playlist link at the top of the description. Last episode, we grabbed some extra bomb bags, a heart piece, and an empty bottle while drifting down Zora's river and checking out the fishing hole. But now we are finally getting back to the main quest and entering a new dungeon, Lakebed Temple. And there it is, as you can see, way down at the bottom of Lake Hylia, as you'd probably guess from the name. Let's talk to some Zora here. This one's showing off. Yeah, I know you guys can swim better than I can. Can you see the bubbles rising from the depths? It's dangerous to swim too close. That current is strong enough to carry away most people. So we have some hints here about those little heat vents coming out of the ground. And we do need 2 water bombs to get into the temple. And don't go running back to Barnes and Kakariko if you don't have them, because this guy will help us out. Sir, you wear the garb of the hero in my people's legends. Are you perhaps... Well met. I, dear hero, am a maker of bombs. Pardon me for asking, have you heard of water bombs? They're very dangerous indeed, but you should be able to master them. I'm sure you would find them quite useful. Would you like to buy some of my handmade water bombs for 90 rupees? Is that so? Well, let me know if and when you have need of a bomb that explodes underwater. All right, I've got 10 on me, so unless we're going to blast a bunch of these boulders to get rupees and just run ourselves in a circle of buying water bombs and getting more rupees to buy water bombs, then we should be good. Over here is the entrance, and we're going to need these to get in. Let's talk to this guy. We got right up in his armpit. The place beyond this rock is sacred to my people. It was once called the Zora Temple, but now it has been overrun by monsters. They're everywhere. All we could do was seal them in so they do not bring darkness to others. So if we drop down here with the iron boots, we can drop a water bomb on this little vent, and that'll open it up for us. And one more will nicely drift up on the bubbles and blast open that boulder. It's perfect amount of force to just hover it there. You don't even need to time it. It should just kind of stay at the top. I love how Link has this kind of ninja-y mask on. It's how he breathes, I think. He covers up his mouth, but it's really cool looking. Let's talk to this guy real quick here. Oh, excuse me, my eyes are up here, sir. The temple inside is nothing but a nest of darkness now. You must not enter. Did you really do it? I worked so hard on that boulder door. The creatures of darkness have made the inside of the temple their home. It's dangerous, so I must ask that you turn back. I'm the hero. I know what I'm doing. All right, so let's swim in here. It took me so many days to carry a giant boulder underwater with these arms. Don't even know. They're working hard to try to keep these creatures sealed, but Link's like, I'll just head in there and destroy them. So following the tradition of the other temples, we had the Gale Boomerang, which is kind of a new version, a new spin on the boomerang that has wind. We had the bomb arrows for the bow, the iron boots with magnetic properties. This temple is going to have an item that is kind of familiar but has some new elements to it. We're dodging the shell blade back there and a bunch of electric jellyfish, Baris, or Bari. I think it's Bari, or else they'd all have the same human-y name. This is Lakebed Temple. It's infested with chews. Ew. We just saw some chew lovin' there. No. So the lesser chews, like the purple chew, will try to absorb the chews that are more valuable, that have that good chew jelly that you want. So you got to get them quick, especially if you see the like shiny rare chew. So like the red chew would be absorbed by the purple chew, and then you can't get the red potion chew jelly. Here we go, we got some more water bombs. So yeah, we really didn't need to buy any from that guy. As much as I want to support local Zora businessmen and entrepreneurs, we're going to do our best here. And you could see, we'll jump on this little pulley here to open the door. You can see that the water bombs are just kind of weird fish with bombs inside of them. They are real creatures. Calling yourself a bomb maker seems a little strange, but I guess it's the same as the bomb flower on Death Mountain. They're making sure we can safely carry it. Now remember those little pulleys, because it's gonna be a big element of this dungeon. Midna's got a hint for us here. Whoa, that's treacherous. Whoa, don't you think you ought to knock down those stalactites hanging off the ceiling first? Whoa, they don't know. She said whoa a lot. They don't look to be very stable. I bet they'd break pretty easily if you hit them with enough force, don't you think? Ehehe. She hasn't said that in a while. All right, so let's get our bomb arrows here and start blasting. I'm gonna make this is something you don't want to do in real life, destroy these ancient rock formations because you think it's making it safer. People have gotten in trouble with that. So we have some enemies here returning from Link to the Past. Whoa, excuse me, little guy. Got a nice look at them. Those are Helmasaurs, and they look like pudgy little dino pigs, but they can be kind of deadly. They'll run into you like a boar, so be careful. Take some damage if you underestimate them. But we'll have a way of beating them a little later on. So here's a nice view of the current flowing through the temple and some little water wheels that are going to be useful. It's kind of like the water temple in Ocarina of Time, or maybe more like Great Bay Temple in Majora's Mask, where we have to mess with the water flow. But luckily, we don't have to worry too much about which way it's going. We'll just kind of, there we go, give him a nice slash. And I wanted to use my back slice that we just learned, but there'll be plenty more Lizalfos in the future to fight. They have a cool axe on their tail, but he didn't really get to use it. But yeah, so we're going to be messing with the water a lot and raising the water level, but unlike the water temple, we don't need to lower it again, so it's a little simpler. But it is kind of tricky to keep track. So this is the big hub room, and we have some breadcrumbs telling us where to go to that locked door. You probably saw up on that chandelier, there's a chest we're going to get later. And over here, there's a creepy human-faced bird watching me. We'll try to get that little gal a little later on. So these pulleys, like before, if you grab them, they will activate this giant staircase and spin it around. And the way you want to mess with this thing is find where you want to go and then go on the opposite part. So if you want to go like left side first floor, you have to go to the right side second floor, grab the switch, and it'll spin the staircase so that you can go down to it. So we are going to run around here and start spinning this staircase until we get it to where we need it to go. There's the boss door already visible there. As you can see, the water level a little too low for us to do anything. There we go. So now we can get onto the second floor. And if we go, so we want to be heading to the right side first floor to start. So I'm going to the left side here, second floor, and hopefully this makes sense. It's it's a little weird to get used to, but there we go. So we're gonna spin the staircase around, and then we can head down to the first floor. So the left side of the temple we'll do later. We're focusing on the right side now, where that locked door is on the second floor. And this is definitely helpful. You want to get this chest because kind of a confusing temple in a lot of ways, but not as bad as the water temple. The dungeon map, of course. So now we can see where we've been and where we're going. And you probably noticed these little grooves on the ground here. They are little aquifers and archways and things that'll help the water flow, but we got to get it flowing again. I'm just going to run by the Helmasaurs because they're not really worth dealing with at this point until we can beat them a little easier. And this room has a giant gear in the center, but we're going to need to block some of the water flowing down there, so hit that one and hit that one. Oop, just slightly missed it. Don't hold your bomb arrows too long or they will explode. All right. Then we can take this little side path down, and what we're looking for is a key. So as you can see, though, this water has been blocked up by that one, and we'll climb our way over. We're getting that chest over there. So did I miss the one again? Because it doesn't have it on it. I thought I hit it that second time. There it is. Hit it a little easier now. There we go. I really thought I hit it. There we are. And now we just got to jump on this. If you fall down, there are those blue Tektites, but it's okay. You can dodge them or use that back slice on them. That'll take them down in one hit. All right, and there's the small key that we need. So we're good. Now we are heading to the, oh no, we'll be all right. Just gonna kind of sneak away onto this before it gets me. Okay, we're good, go, go, go. Make a daring escape, Link. But yeah, we're headed to the second floor of the same side. That's the locked door. But remember to keep an eye on some of the stuff around here, like that bridge that was back there and those locked doors and everything. This is stuff that later on we're going to be able to, classic Zelda and Metroid style. Keep an eye for things that look suspicious or puzzles that you can complete later on when you've got better equipment. Helmasaurs are going crazy. They just They've lived in this temple for so long with nobody trying to mess with them. Okay, so now we just gotta head up and get to the second story here. I think we can just run right around to it if it's open. Yep, should be. And, oh, yeah, there we go. So yeah, we don't have to mess with the staircase at all. There are some spots where you do have to. Let me do a cool back slice here. As you can see, quick way to take down those annoying Tektites. All right, and here is the locked door that we need to head to if we want to get this water flowing again. You can use the back slice on these Helmasaurs. It's kind of tough to do, though. I'm going to try it here and see if I can hit them. There we go. That'll take them down in one shot. And they drop their helms. So you can kind of carry this around and throw it or do whatever you want with it. Who forged them for those little guys? It's a mystery. It's a secret to everybody. Okay, so over here, I'm gonna try to be careful. Yeah, I can sense an enemy. Just like when the camera zooms in on the locked doors, it's like Link has a dungeon sense. He knows when there's an enemy around. He knows when they're sleeping. He knows when they're awake. Okay, we got some bombs. Again, we've got 3 bomb bags, so plenty of bombs to use. We're gonna need to take these down. That one I don't think we really need to, but this one will let us jump on the vines, and we can very quickly climb our way up here. And we have another little switch. Yeah, I do appreciate the fact that he climbs so much faster in this remake. Sometimes you get locked in a way, like if you hold down a direction, you change the camera, you have to let go before he'll readjust, because he'll just keep jumping that same way. That way, if you're spinning the camera around, he'll still head the same direction. All right, so we're not going in there yet, but we will. We're going to the side here. I'm gonna try to dodge these Helmasaurs. Ooh, there they go. See you, buddies. Have fun over there. All right, and we are headed in to meet a new enemy that's kind of familiar. This is the Chew Worm. Look at him. He's kind of cute in a creepy way. So he's a worm, believe it or not, that hides in a giant chew, and we can just blow the chew away with a bomb arrow and take this guy down. Sorry, buddy. He's cute, but he would attack us. We gotta be careful. So there's a locked door over there, but the key is right around the corner here. The chew worms remind me of the geckos from Majora's Mask, to bring another connection to another game that's in this same timeline. Be careful here. Speaking of chews, they're all around. You can get plenty of red chew jelly in this dungeon, though. But yeah, the chews are anxiously awaiting Link to walk under them to try to get some jars and stuff, and then they'll go after him. All right, so we got a water wheel that's not moving, some keys. We can't climb back up there, really, so we're gonna have to go through the center. This is a nice still frame of a giant Kisai. And we've got our buddy here, a Lizalfos, to deal with on a sweet giant gear. Let's do a cool spin, and I'll bash him. Do a little spin attack, and then we'll finish him. Oh no, Link, don't do it. Whoa, I haven't seen him do that animation very often to like miss, because usually you lock right on, but the Lizalfos went over the edge. He's down in that room where we jumped on the little stalactites picked up by the water, so he's having fun down there. Excuse me, boys, coming through. All right, and we are gonna use the key that we just got and head back over here. Now this room, this is one of those rooms where it's fun to go through a room a different way on the way back. I love when they do that. It's kind of a Zelda staple, though, to reuse areas, and starting with, I think, the Dark World in Link to the Past was probably the first one, but reusing areas a little bit to kind of, it pads out the game, and a lot of people don't like that, but if they make it different enough, I don't mind it. The Twilight portions of this game are kind of, made to have you retread a lot of the ground, or you go through it the first time, and then you get to see it in all of its glory once that is taken away, that oppressive veil. But I know that's kind of an element of Zelda games and a lot of video games that people kind of debate whether it's good or bad, but it does allow them to have more content without using a ton of space to make a whole new area. But yeah, I'm a little mixed on it. I think it has to be done well. This is almost like that, where we're just going through the area again, but it made me think of how most Zelda games do follow that tradition of having you go through a place and then having it be kind of different when you come back. I know Skyward Sword, for all the things that I love about Skyward Sword, it had some parts where you had to go back through a dungeon and it was not as fun the second time around. And all right, so over here, this is what we're aiming for. We're gonna get this water a-flowing so that we can fight the mini-boss and get the special item in this dungeon. Now that chest, we're just gonna pull this lever and get the water going here. That chest, I'm actually not gonna come back and get it because that is Miiverse Stamp Y. And I'm letting you know, and I'll let you guys know how to get it if you want to get it. It is not really worth it. It's a Miiverse stamp. We're gonna have fun going back down here, though. This is what I meant. Whee! So yeah, the Miiverse stamp in this area. If you want to get it, you have to wait till we get that special item. Come all the way back up here and either use the iron boots to drudge your way up this waterway because it will push you back down, or jump on that ledge on the left and kind of tediously and carefully walk your way back up while avoiding Tektites and trying to stop them before they take you down. So it's not the best thing, especially for a video, to be entertaining and informative. But I'm just letting you know, if you want to come back here after the mini-boss fight, that's how you get it. I'm going to skip it, though. I'm going to spare you guys the 10 minutes or whatever it would take to get all the way back here and do that just for a Miiverse stamp. But if you're the type of person that wants to write with the Hylian letter Y, then go for it. More power to you. Okay, so as you can see, this is flowing, and all of those little paths that we walked through now have water. It's going all the way back to the room that we started at, the main, chamber. I'm gonna duck through here if we can fit in, because there is a helpful fairy in this other jar here that I'm gonna grab since we have another empty bottle. Might as well grab it. The boss of this dungeon can be a little troublesome if you're not careful, so that'll help. And then we gotta duck our way back through. Try to grab my iron boots, but also get through here and look out for keys. Go, 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 Link. He's stuck. What's wrong, Link? He got stuck on the spokes, but we should be able to squeeze. There we go, we're good. All right, go, go, go. Oh man, those shoes have been busy. They've been getting busy. Okay, so now we can just jump across here. You can see this giant gear is going, and those little platforms are spinning, so that's where we're headed next. I think we could just jump down there, but it might do the little camera like, whoa, It's weird that in Zelda, if you fall, in real life, if you fall, you want to have something to cushion your fall underneath so you don't die. But in Zelda, you almost want a pit underneath, because if you fall, into a pit, it teleports you back to the room that you're in. So if you don't want to go down into another room, it's better to land in a dark void. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this, even if we're headed back down there anyways. The water is flowing, and it's filling up partially that center pool. It's not all the way. We got to do it one more time if we're going to get to the boss door down there. I'm just going to dive right in because there's something we can grab. We didn't get Miiverse Stamp Y, but I will get this one here. It's Miiverse Stamp K. So there we go. We can spell some words, but not others. All right. But yeah, we're going to climb our way, if Link will do it, climb our way back up here. That was what I meant about the camera getting locked, where he was swimming down even though I was pulling up. If you start in direction and you change your camera around, it's gonna keep you going in that way. I get why they do that. It almost reminds me of, like if you think of old games like Resident Evil or something, you might get locked in and then you like step into a screen and then go back the other way like immediately. So there's a reason why they have you do stuff like that. There are some arrows down here, but we don't really need them. I'm gonna spin this thing around. We do want to get down to the other side. So we basically, we got to do the same thing we were doing before, where we get to the second floor, the left side, and pull that switch. How did you get on there, you little rascal? Get out of here. These things are infesting this temple. And, oh, jeez, Link. Don't roll upstairs. Don't be like the hero. Don't try it for yourself. Okay, so over here, this is what we want to do. We're going back down into that one room. So we'll jump across. Don't you hit me, little Tektite. He's itching to go. He's like, I'll wait till you get off the switch, but then no mercy. All right, and the water's filling up. You probably already predicted that we're gonna need, if you don't, if you haven't already played through this or seen this for yourself, we're gonna need to get that staircase to kind of make the water flow, but we can't do that quite yet. There's no dangling switch on the right side upper floor to do it, so we're gonna have to get something to help us first. So we're just gonna have to get onto one of these things now that it's spinning around, and we'll be back for that bridge later. Again, don't forget about it, because it'll be quite a bit later on in the dungeon before you're able to do anything with that side area. But we're gonna jump over here and open this up, And there is a little chest on the side. Gotta be careful, you can tell. I sense a trap here. There's a hole above us as well if you didn't, yeah. Gotta get that small key, and look out. There we go, there's some juice. If you need lantern oil, there you go. This room over here is kind of blocked off. I'll show you guys. This is where we are headed ultimately, but we can't quite get into here the normal way. As you can see, we try to get through, and then it's like, hey, there's a big old gate in the way, so let's grab these rupees and go. If you did need to spend the 90 rupees to get the Zora quote-unquote bomb maker, he's just taking fish. If you need to do that, then don't worry too much about your rupees, because there's always the gold bugs, but we're probably gonna have about 700 or 800 rupees by the time we get out of here. This is a dungeon that gives you tons and tons of rupees. All right, so that's spinning that way. We're just gonna follow the path of these floating, weird, decorative plates. Not really sure what they are, but maybe they're supposed to be weights to keep the gear from spinning too fast. It's tough to analyze dungeons and not be like, why did they build it this way? We got a Helmasaur over here, but I think there's a few little rupees and stuff if you're collecting them. A lot of the enemies will give you a ton of rupees if you do manage to fight all of them. Helmasaurs, we could take them down with a back slice, but also just kind of edging around them and making sure that you're in the right spot to hit them with your sword or poke on their rump there works as well. So look out for these guys. We're gonna use our iron boots to get through this current, because speaking of rupees, there's a nice little chest in here. Might as well grab while we're dodging jellyfish. Here we go. Rolling does seem a bit faster when you're on the overworld, but when you're underwater, it does seem like it kind of slows you down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I do think that it's maybe a close second to Zora Link, but the Zora armor is so cool looking. I'm just gonna hold this rather than, I guess we could do this in shield. Oh, we're shielding the wrong way though. The little jellyfish is like, oh my gosh, that rock, that was so cool. That Bari is a Link fanboy. Throw a bomb in there. Oh, we missed him, I think. You can just kind of, oh, we got him, okay. I didn't see him eat it, but that shell blade had his last lunch. You can just kind of slice at their weird tendon. Okay, here we go, guys. We're gonna finish up the episode with a mini boss battle. One of the cooler ones in the game. I like this creature a lot. We're gonna jump on in, and you can tell, obviously, giant room here. We're gonna be fighting something. Okay, Link senses these little guys. Toados. Not the dog from Wizard of Oz, but little tadpole dudes. Where did those come from? Maybe way up there. The Deku toad. It's the big mama of those little guys. Yeah, the design is really cool. I don't know why it's just kind of hanging on a stalactite up there, but it's like, here it comes. I thought it was gonna land on its back, but there it is. So because of the water here, you might want your water bombs handy. You don't need them necessarily. Shaking off those Toados and they're all hatching. All right, I'm gonna grab my other bombs as well and try my best here to, spin attacks seem to work well if you can do the control stick, you know, rotate it around and then hit them. I'm not worried about health too much. We just wanna take these Toados down so that Mama gets mad. They do drop health. Yeah, so we're already full again. Mama's mad. And here she goes. Look out. It's kind of tough to dodge sometimes. There we go. All right. Now get that tongue. Get that tongue. There's targets on her cheeks as well. I don't think we're supposed to, like, hit him or anything. Okay, when she opens her big mouth, throw a bomb in. It doesn't have to be a water bomb unless you're going to drop it on the ground to fight the Toados. There we go. Get that tongue. That's her weak spot. And I think we can lock her in here to another. Oop. Didn't mean to do that too soon, but as you can see, the bombs, if they're just normal ones, they will defuse when they hit the water. So rather than fight more Toados and let her jump around, we're just gonna finish her off there. Yeah, it's very quick if you keep throwing the bombs in at the right time, but you don't have that much timing. So if you miss it, you might have to go another round with her. All right, a slimy sludge chest, but something very important. This is the item that we're grabbing, and we're gonna finish up the episode here. We got the Clawshot. This is a claw at the end of a long chain, and we can hold it, aim, and release to fire, latch onto places where you see that little spinning thing to jump great distances. Use the control stick while hanging from the ceiling to move up and down. So that's kind of a new feature here. the Clawshot, if you played Smash, you know, even if you haven't played this game. Hey, wrong button. Even if you haven't played this game, the Clawshot is what Link uses in Smash Brothers now, and since Brawl. But you can dangle down there. You just kind of push down when you're hanging off. I love how they do give you little like practice areas to make sure you're good with an item here. We didn't get Ooccoo, did we? I was gonna grab Ooccoo so that we could continue right from this room, which is that very handy. So I might actually go and try to get back into the center. Ooccoo is on the top floor, but we didn't really go over and try to find her. I forgot she was there. We'll grab these rupees. But yeah, pretty simple. You just, you know, aim at the target just like you would with a Gale Boomerang and dangle your way down when you need to, or you can just drop off by hitting A. He will cling on to the ledge there. All right, so we are out of here. You can see that latch, or the little pulley, is broken, but there we go. That is gonna be our method for getting the staircase to go in some of the spots it wasn't able to go before. Man, yeah, talk about so many rupees. I mentioned we're already at almost 300, and we're probably about halfway through. We got a bit more of the dungeon to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think I'm gonna head into the center. Maybe we'll finish up with grabbing that heart piece. Also now, we've got the Helmasaurs to deal with, but we can use our new Clawshot and hit them with their own armor. There we go. So we just pull it right off of them, and they are defenseless. They're cute, but they're mean, and they're mad at us. So I don't blame Link for attacking. Okay, so we do need to get back to the other part. We could just, you know, jump off, and then we've got this sweet Clawshot now. Oops, get a little closer. Running up the side area works just as well, but I wanted to show you guys. Oh, we're too far away. There is this part, yeah. So you can Clawshot onto not only the targets, they've got the targets there to kind of show you, but you can also Clawshot onto the, try not to walk off the side, Clawshot onto the little vines that are all over the place, and just kind of, you know, drop off. And there we go, we're back up. This is gonna speed up so much stuff, and I think we're gonna finish up by grabbing the little chest. I don't remember if I mentioned what was in there. I might have already spoiled it, but that chest on the chandelier in the center is gonna be pretty helpful. So we're gonna run our way over, and we'll finish up. I'm gonna grab Ooccoo as well, so we'll see if we can find her. But we want to get up here by using these Clawshot targets and just kind of drop off to grab something very nice. It's our first of 5, I think, here. Yeah, there we go. We got 4 more to go. Heart piece. There's 1 more in this dungeon. Oh, Link. Oh, oh, jeez. I'm glad he did not fall off the wrong way. So Ooccoo is around here somewhere. Hey, you little jerk. You can kind of stun them a little bit. And yeah, if you didn't know already, the Clawshot variation of the hook shot that's been around for a while, but I like the additions they've made to it. And I think Ooccoo is on the dead end over here. We were right next to her, and I didn't grab her. So there we go. Grab Ooccoo. How you doing, gal? Pick her up.
Oh, you, free at last. Gracious, you're that nice fellow who helped me out the other day. How nice to see you again. Well, now that we found each other again, let's stick together for a bit, I'll be right with you, so if you want to warp out, just let me know.
All right, we reunited with Ooccoo. This kind character will let you out of the dungeon, return you to where you were, and we're going to head out of here, and I'll see you guys next time. Leave you with that nightmare fuel. And please leave a like if you enjoyed this. I'll see you for the boss of Lakebed Temple. Goodbye.